First African World Cup to be hosted on African soil. This is the first arts project of this scope or scale to ever be associated with the World Cup.
The official suite of World Cup merchandise ranges from hamburgers to footwear and audiovisual equipment, but never before has fine art formed part of this official range of products, where sponsors pay vast sums of money in return for exclusive association with the FIFA World Cup. 2010 Fine Art is a first for the international governing body of football, and since the 2010 FIFA World Cup is also a first for the continent, the local and international artists will present artworks interpreting the theme Africa and the 2010 FIFA World Cup.
We had some very intense negotiations with FIFA's worldwide master licensee, Global Brands Group, because FIFA had never issued a license of this nature or on this scope for fine art before. So it took a while to negotiate the contract, but by December 2008 the contract was in place. There's never been this kind of an opportunity to create an understanding or an appreciation for the depth of fine art talent that we have in South Africa and in Africa.
The International 2010 Fine Art Collection and 2010 African Fine Art exist as two separate collections. The international project is possibly the single largest international collaboration of artists ever, and entails 160 leading contemporary artists from the 32 countries that qualify for the World Cup.
2010 African Fine Art, which is the second component of the overarching project. We've invited artists from across the African continent to submit original works inspired by the World Cup for exhibition in South Africa during the 2010 event.
The aim of 2010 African Fine Art is to leverage the 2010 FIFA World Cup to provide both acclaimed and up-and-coming artists from Africa with a global platform to an untapped international clientele base. The project will further bolster one of the primary goals of the African Legacy Program, to improve Africa's global image and to combat Afro-pessimism. Venture capital fund, the Median Fund, made a significant investment into the 2010 FIFA Art project to enable the acquisition of the FIFA license.
Median targets investments into small businesses that do have a unique differentiation. That's the nature of the private equity space. We're looking for higher than market average returns, and in order to obtain those returns, you need to be very focused on the kinds of investments that you decide to make.
Rob explains that lifestyle businesses, much like 2010 Fine Art, have traditionally been seen as having a lower internal rate of return. The Median Fund have broken that model in that they have identified lifestyle-type businesses with a massive potential on investment return.
What we're trying to do with 2010 Fine Art is to establish internationally exposure to the incredible quality of fine art that is available from South Africa and from the rest of the continent.
Sculptor Keith Calder is one of the first participants in the 2010 FIFA Art project. His range of bronzes entitled Footballers comprises 32 sets of 11 separate sculptures, referencing the 11 players per side of a football team. The works capture intense moments of movement and combines his signature use of stark industrial planes and angles.
My work is really about Africa and the energy of African animals and people. And it's a great way of extending that passion in different subjects, namely footballers.
Although the style of Footballers doesn't fit into Keith's past work, he draws his inspiration from many different things, not the least of which is the energy of the African football audience.
We're appealing to a global audience, a global market, and it's going to be a fantastic opportunity for myself and for African artists to be exposed in such a powerful way to that market.